Hi, the purpose of this video is to help you build your Snapshots in Time website, Lesson 3.06. Go through the lesson thoroughly and review the tasks. I'm going to record the tasks in real time so you can see what it looks like to complete it. Before you send in your final website for assessment, be sure you have read through the grading rubric and met all the criteria. All right, let's get started. So you should now, on your computer, have your web design folder with your snapshots folder. And in that folder, you have an HTML and an images folder. In the HTML folder, you have 4 files, an index and the 3 decades you researched. In your images folder, you now at least need 3 images, 1 for each page. In this example, we have an image for the index page as well. Now that those things are there, which is essential that you do these things first, that you have your 4 web pages and you've added your images to your images folder, you can go ahead and open Composer. Open each of your folders or files, your index page, your HTML pages for each decade. Now I need to hyperlink these pages. So I'm going to highlight the text that I put on my index page, click on the link tool, and you want to navigate to the page that you want to link it to. This is going to be relative to page location. It's essential that this is checked so that no matter where your website, your folder ends up, it will look for that HTML file in that folder, no matter where the folders exist. Click OK. Now I want to link this, highlight link to that folder, 1949 to 60. And I need to make sure it's relative to page location, but it's telling me that, what do I need to do? I click on Advanced Edit. Now it works. I'm happy, and I click OK. So if you run into trouble not having the ability to check the box, I'll show you again. I highlight, I click on the link tool, I navigate, I find the page I want to link to, and I want to make sure URL is checked, but it's telling me, I need to do something about this. So I click on Advanced Edit and click OK, and that option is now available. If I save my page now, and I go to my HTML index page, the links are live, and when I click on them, they should take me to the appropriate page. Success. The next thing you need to do is create navigation on each of your pages. The lesson tells you to put in the previous and next links. So somewhere it asks you to put it at the bottom of the page, and I recommend putting navigation at the top. So in this case, we have previous and next. If you don't like that option, you can just simply do this. Home, space, space. That's the vertical line, which is Shift key, and you'll see right under the backspace key on the top right hand side of your keyboard. You can get that. I can say 1900 to 1939, space, space, vertical line, space, space, 1940 to 1969, space, space, vertical space, 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 and then 1970 to 1999. Now I added some extra space here, and I want to be consistent, so I'll take that out. This is easier, and it's more actually user-friendly. So I'm going to actually remove the previous and next. You won't be marked down if you use previous and next, but to me this is better and easier, because now I have home, so I'm going to highlight this and link it to my home page, which is index. And I need to make it relative to page location, so I click on that Advanced Edit and click OK. I'm going to highlight this and navigate that to my 1900 to 1939 page. I'm going to do the same for the others. Link, navigate, grab, open, Advanced Edit, OK. Okay, same thing here. Now what's nice about this is now that my navigation is complete, I can just copy and paste this onto my other pages. Now remember, I always show you the bare basics, and you can be creative with your design, colors, etc. Control C, copy, keeping in mind that you're working with sans serif fonts for your content all the time because that's what's best read digitally. So now I copied that, and I can just paste it in, Control V. Now I have horizontal navigation for each of my pages, and I only had to build it once. Alright, so I'm going to save. I should have a finished website now, but you never know. Sometimes you have to go back and try again. So I click on Index, and I click on the link, and oh, it brought me here, but what's going on? These aren't linked. Does this work? Home? Yeah, let's try 1940. Something's not right. Ooh, I didn't save all my pages. So I go back and I save, save, save. Now let's see how it works. If I refresh, I have home, 1900 to 1939. This is the 1900 to 1939 page, 1940, 1970. So your navigation is done. What's next? Let's go back to Composer. Images. So I want some images. Let's see. I have the image here already. I'll show you where it is on the page. I had used a table to put it in. You don't have to, but wherever you decide to put an image, and I'll use just up here as an example. Let's say I put an image in right here. If I click on Image, now I navigate to the folder that it's in. That's why it's so important to have it there first. And I'll choose the 1930. And I want to make sure it's relative to page location, but I also need alt text, 1930 styles. And then I click OK. It goes in huge. I could resize it. Let's say I just want a tiny thumbnail. But I don't want it to, I want my text to wrap. So what can I do? I double click on the image, go to Appearance. I wrap the text to image to the right, and I'll put little 10 pixels of padding so it doesn't just like push right up against my image, and click OK and see what happens. Beautiful. Now if I'm pleased with that, and obviously your images will be bigger, and I have images already put down on the pages. So now that I have my images are placed and I have my alt text, what's next? I need to make sure that all of my sources that are linked. Now you either have them by web page, so this should actually read Wikipedia, the Vietnam War, period, space, Wikipedia, Wikipedia online encyclopedia. All right, so you need to have the web page name, the website name, and then you just link. Highlight this. You're going to link this to the actual website, and it grabs it, but I need to make sure it opens in a new window. Link to be opened in a new window, which in today's world is a new tab. And that means that when they click on the link to my source, it's not going to open and take you away from the page. It will open a new tab, so your website will be up there. So I think I've walked you through everything. I'm going to save my work again. You're going to preview it, and as you preview it, don't forget to look. Do you have this previous and next link? This just means that you have navigation. So whether you choose the navigation that I taught you with this way or this way, either way that meets this criteria. All links on the page are active on the index. Do they all work? Are your resource URLs there? Do you have at least one content image per page with alt text? Is your text and image, are all those properly formatted? Are your pages and images saved in the appropriate folders? Test it out on Firefox and Chrome, or Internet Explorer and Chrome. And are there consistency throughout? So the one thing I didn't bring up is that this is an example where everything's consistent throughout. The layout, the design, Just make sure you're consistent throughout, that the heading is set up the same way for each page. So when you go to it, it doesn't look like a different website every time. All right, that concludes the tutorial, and if you need any